Hello again. Welcome back to another episode of
Valerie's
and Roman's Little Potter World. Today we have something really special. We have a MOOC of the Hogwarts Owlery. And this is a very, very nice building I wanted to have for quite a while. And I'm doing this episode in English because I'll address some issues that are maybe of national interest, so I try my best. So excuse my maybe German accent and some wrong words I choose, but I guess everyone can understand me. So what we have here, so this is the Owlery by a very well-known MOOC designer. It is MicMac. You can find him quite easily on Instagram and Flickr, where he has thousands of followers, and he has done quite a bit of very, very good mocks on Harry Potter, Diagon Alley, and other things. Really, really good. And I knew that thing for quite a while, and if you do some research, you'll find a few designs from MicMac. He has two, and others that are, in my opinion, not as good. I'll put the links in the description below, but you can do your own judgment there. So how did I get to that? Well, first of all, you need the instructions. Of course, you could just take the picture, and I guess it's pretty much clear how it's built. There's some rock work underneath, some classical things there. So you could use that as an example. But of course, it's quite handy to have instructions. And as many of you might know, instructions are sold on Rebrickable. So you log in, you try to find something you like, and in some cases you get instructions for free. And MicMac wants, I think, €8 for this one. And I think he's an Australian guy, so this boils down to, I think, $7 Australian in the end. So something really, really acceptable. And what do we see here? As I said, this is the version of the Goblet of Fire. So you remember, this was in the winter when everyone was trying to get someone, a partner for the Yule Ball. And Harry was going to the Owlery, and by accident he was running into Cho Chang, and he was very, very nervous and trying to say, would you maybe come with me? And she said, like, what? And then she, would you come with me to the ball? And then he said, I would love to, but I already have some other partners. So this is where we get to see that. So check it out in the film. And the things you see are very, very well captured in that little MOOC. So if you do a little close up, so down here, actually in the center, there are 4 of those large rock pieces. They are totally covered with other bricks, slopes, and you see a little path going up here, and a door, and then the tower, and here the little area for the owls, and owls can sit up here. And so this is a very, very nice and simple thing that fits very well with the rest of the castle. So I told you how I got the instructions, and that is the way I clearly recommend. But how did I get the pieces? Well, of course, you can go to, with the list you get there, to Bricklink and try to get the pieces there. We're talking about 500 pieces here. So if you try to get the pieces, probably you'll be somewhere in between 60 to 70 euros to get all the pieces. They're not too complicated in that case, but still, it's, as you know, a little bit cumbersome to get all the pieces. The way I did it this time, and this is something I want you to give me feedback on, whether you think this is the right way or not. You can discuss that in detail later on. I bought them from a Chinese website, Onando. And so they provide those pieces here, 470 something pieces, for the little of 30 euros, $30 in fact. And the problem with that website is they actually stole the instructions from Mike. So you get a coupon here, something like that, where you can then download that instructions, an older version of the instructions, in fact. And so they don't have an agreement. I talked to them and I asked them, and they said, yeah, that's true. We just do not have agreements with our MOOC designers. But as Chinese company often, they don't care about those things. Well, I do care about those things. So I clearly recommend to get the instructions from Rebrickable. And actually, the version you get on Rebrickable is much better than the version you get from Vonando. So, but still, you know, what are the pieces you get? And I can show you that the quality of those parts is actually okay. They're good, the quality, they fit well, they hold together quite well. A few things are a little bit surprising in the beginning. Well, first of all, they don't really provide really good olds. They provide those old, unprinted, funny-looking, big-headed olds here. And they obviously were short of some pieces. So this is not the original design here of the roof. And, well, you don't see it at all. So it doesn't really matter. MicMac has dark tan rock pieces, and underneath here are dark gray rock pieces. But this doesn't really matter. So what I'll show you just after the cut is a little bit improved version and with all the decoration I have myself, and I'll see you back in a second. So now I did my little changes. So I replaced those tops by this piece, which is the piece MicMac suggested, and it's of course much better. I of course added quite a bit of extra olds here. There's Harry, and I recognize that I do not have Cho Chang in my collection yet, so certainly she will be on my list quickly. And the only little thing I thought of improving that great mock here was that actually if we look into that middle part here again, I added a little table and added some, well, bird feeding and so on, so the olds can get something. But it looked a little bit empty in there. But this is, of course, up to you what you want to do with those parts. So that's it for today. My main question again is, well, the MOOC design is great. What do you think about the problems with the license? I think Vonando does really something really stupid not to pay MicMac directly, what they should do, as Rebrickable does. And so give me your opinion on that. But so thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed that little review on that MOOC. Bye-bye. See you next time.